Hey guys, this is your girl Jordy and
Emily, I'm here.
we are back again with episode 8. We know we're a little bit behind, officially behind, but it's okay. As you can see, my background is a little different. I'm actually in St. Louis visiting my mom, and Aaliyah. You were in your new apartment. And
I did the closet hall in my new apartment, but
yeah,
this is my bedroom. So maybe we'll do an apartment tour on the show one of these days. But
yeah, we should.
Yeah, we will.
You moved and I'm moving, so
yeah.
Yeah,
Bigger and better things, honey. Something has to come from 2020.
Absolutely. Okay, so we want to dive right in with our What's the Word?
What's the word?
What's the word? So we wanted to just talk a little bit about COVID because it's still here.
Unfortunate. But bro, like,
do
you remember us talking about this in March? Like, hopefully we have a summer. Like, summer is
gone.
Is over.
Yeah, like what summer? But so how are you feeling?
Honestly, I'm in shock that this is still going on. I have several friends, church members, friends, or former church members, friends that have been diagnosed with COVID. So it's hitting a little closer to home for me. And for me, I'm trying my absolute best to make sure that I am quarantining. Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like, I personally feel like my biggest goal is I don't want to get anyone else sick. I don't want to be sick because, again, me and Jordan talk about all the time, our chronic illnesses, I don't know how it's going to affect my body. And at this point, y'all know me and Jordan live in Houston, and we're apparently like the new NYC. So thank you, Houston. Thank you.
Out the Harris County.
Yes. You be wondering to put your city on, but not for being the epicenter of coronavirus. So.
Exactly.
Thank you.
For me, I keep telling people, like, I feel like I'm just dodging it. Like, I'm just trying to dodge it.
Exactly.
I came home to just spend time with my mom, change of pace, change of scenery, just get out the house or whatever. And I wasn't necessarily scared to get on the plane just because Southwest is not doing middle seats right now. So it was literally just me and another gentleman. And so I didn't feel unsafe. I kept my mask on the whole time, like all throughout the airport, everything. It was a really quick and easy ride, actually. But I do know a couple people who have had COVID. They have recovered, thankfully. But it's still like, I don't know. I think I'm a little annoyed at this point. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, like it's just like, okay.
But you know what? And I hate to say this, but people are not taking it seriously anymore because people are recovering. And not that I don't want people to recover. That's a blessing. That's a great thing. We want that. Right. But it's seeming like people are going to have to be losing limbs and shit for people to be paying attention to what's going on. And at the end of the day, whether you recover or not, my friends that have it talked about having a 24-hour headache, talking about, not be like turning your head and feeling like you're about to fall over. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to feel none of that.
I don't want to
feel
that.
You can keep it.
The headache thing is definitely real. I've known many people who said, I just have a headache. I had a headache. And it was just hurt. It was like the worst headache they'd ever experienced.
Ever had, right?
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I hate when I have a headache naturally, just like a regular one. So I don't want to feel that at all.
Imagine having one for 15, 16 plus days. So I'm saying, like, people are looking at this like, oh, people are recovering. And I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at it that way also. But it's just hitting home for me.
Yeah.
It's hitting home. So
yeah.
No.
It feels like it's just getting closer and closer. Like
exactly.
it was like, oh, I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody
who knows somebody,
right
right?
now. It's my friend, and it's like, okay, like that's crazy.
Get good friends, you know.
Yeah.
And gosh, it's just like, you know, I posted this thing today. It was so funny by Kevin on Stage, and I love Kevin on Stage. And he was like, the coronavirus is basically like a group project. And this is reminding me why I hated group projects in school. And it's
Bro,
like,
for real,
you have to depend on other people. You know, you talk about it. You say, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. And then you do it anyway. And it's just like, why? Like,
yeah.
what? And I said from the very beginning, and if y'all don't believe me, y'all can go ahead and go on When Life Gives You Curves. I know y'all are watching now, and fast forward to, what was it, episode 5? When
Yeah.
I said we should just shut everything down, shut it all down for 14 days. Y'all could survive without going outside for 14 days. Y'all could survive and have enough food for 14 days. Like, I made spaghetti. What was that?
It'll last you a whole week.
Look,
Okay.
I made spaghetti last week and I'm still eating on it. And every day it's just more and more flavorful after the juices and mixed together, all the seasonings.
Exactly.
And look, I done ate now. So
like, you know, I feel the same way. Like 14 days to it. I mean, yeah, because in 14 days, I would say at least a month, because it's like the top 14 days would be the first few people, and then the last would be, you know, those last few people. So I feel like at least a month. But you know, Judge Hidalgo is like, she ready to shut it back down. She ready to shut the city back down, because
as she should.
exactly, because
But you know what? That doesn't
it's
help
Greg
either
Abbott's
because,
fault though, to be honest.
yeah, it is. But I mean, at this point, so many people have it. I feel like shutting the city down really doesn't do anything because people are still going to people's houses. People are still, you know, doing X, Y, and Z. And what they fail to realize is it only takes one person to have it and spread it. I talked to one of my coworkers, one of Jordan and I's coworkers, and she talked about how they just had like a little family dinner, and it was a little girl who had it and was asymptomatic and ended up passing it on to everybody. And it's just like, come on, like it's okay. Like, and everybody that knows me knows I am a huge people person. I'm very outgoing. It's killing me, y'all. It's killing me. But I can sit my ass down for a couple more weeks if I have to, if need be.
Yeah, and I think
And
it's good that you like took accountability, because she was very adamant about like not coming to my house. She was like,
yes,
I've been around people, so we just gonna have to do it virtually, which is fine. We're making it work. But I think it's people like you that realize like, hey, this might not be safe for you. I don't want to put you at risk. And same thing, like with my dad, I'm like, I don't really want him to pick me up from the airport. Not that I've really been around anybody, but it's just like that sensitivity.
right.
I don't want to pass it to anyone like him.
This is what I tell everybody with decision making. And this goes to what you decide to do in this coronavirus pandemic. This goes to dating. This goes to anything. My mom used to always say growing up, sorry ain't gonna cut it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I always try to think of the latter decision. So for me, I could have very well been like, well, you know, I feel fine. I don't have any symptoms or anything. I can go to Jordan's house and film the podcast. And then Jordan gets sick and God forbid, you know, passes. Or even if she has to spend multiple days in the hospital, that's something that is on my hands.
Yeah.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not okay living my life like that, knowing, you know, just because I was optimistic about what would happen. I think of things in the most extreme of how this is going to affect me. So if something was to happen to Jordan, how would that affect me? I wouldn't be able to deal with that. That's
right.
not something that I want on my hands. So I think that that's how everybody should be looking at it. As I think that especially, you know, young people, my mom always says this, we think of like, we don't think of the extreme sense.
Right.
Because we're young, you know.
People think they're invincible.
We think we're invincible.
Mm-hmm.
And I may be invincible and I may feel that way for Aaliyah, but I always tell people too, like when I'm in a car driving by myself, I may drive crazy, I may text and drive, I may take a few selfies. But if I have you in my car, I'm not going to do that because God forbid something happened to you. I have to live with that.
Mm-hmm.
So just ask yourself the next time you do something, can you, if the latter happens, if the worst of the latter happens, can you live with that?
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it.
Especially I'm not willing to live with that for a couple hours. Like, the whole compound in Atlanta where they got a pool in the club and everybody just all what?
What kills me is that people in the club smoking hookah. See, I have known the
And that's what they're
coronavirus.
saying about Prospect.
Yeah.
Prospect, people outside smoking hookah. Aspire. Like, what are y'all? Is money that, I mean, I get it. You want your money. You need to keep your business up. But for the sake of lives, no.
But it's not that. But you know what? I'm not even going to blame them
Like,
either.
why would you go out?
I'm not going to blame them either, because at the end of the day, I think it is, you know, and y'all know I'm a little extreme with my analogies, but I'm thinking so much so of like people who commit crimes. Okay, if you had 3 kids at home, you ain't got no job, you know, you trying to feed kids, you're gonna go to the extreme measure of, I'm gonna go steal something from my kids to eat. Or I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? So these people, I mean, I'm just using the extreme, maybe having the same thing. I haven't, that little $1,200 done came and went. You know, I got this club, you know, that I've invested all this money into. We haven't been making no money in months. How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to feed my family? And they're thinking, you know, hey, if they say we can open and people won't smoke hookah, then hey, you know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset that I'm looking at this in. It's still wrong. It's still wrong. But if these people got to feed their family, they looking at like, hey, we've been closed for months. If I got to let people blow some hookah in people's faces, they get coronavirus.
That's
not my problem. Not my problem.
Right.
You know? So I don't want to necessarily blame them also, but like you said previously, at the end of the, my grandma used to always say, yeah, I got sayings for days. My grandma used to always say, you kill that head, that body will fall. So our leader should have never opened it up.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying?
Where
the head is weak, the body is weak also. So he opened it up. What do you expect?
It's a lot. And I feel like in this situation, because I went to Springfield since I've been home, and they're on phase 3 right now. Like, they're in the green pretty much. Because, and I thought it was like, you know, they don't have a lot of international travel. The college students are gone. It's more like community pretty much stays in the area. Out of 159,000 people, they only had like 280 have it. And only, I mean, it's sad 8 people passed, but out of all those many people, 8 compared to how many we have in Houston, you know, still sad, but still not a lot. So, man, I don't know.
We just got to figure something out. I don't want to be talking about this in 2021. Right. And, you know, at this point, I was looking forward to like, okay, summer was canceled. Like, fall is always fun. Homecomings, that ain't going to happen. It looking like homecoming is canceled. So it's just like, dang, like this whole year literally has been canceled.
Literally.
Well, so I'm sad about it. I was really looking forward to homecoming. My school hasn't officially canceled, but any day now.
Yeah, I'm supposed to go to Vegas for my 30th this year. So Vegas is open right now.
Vegas is open
as the time gets closer, like whether it's a good idea to go. But as of right now, it's still a go. Definitely gonna be practicing social distancing and stuff, of course, but I was like, dang.
I hope that something shakes. Laura, you hear us. Your birthday is at the end of October. Even if we're still not doing large events and stuff like that, yes, absolutely. But I'm hoping we can at least take a little trip to Vegas. Like, come on. Something. Because as soon as I say it's safe, well, you know, Mexico, they don't close their borders. But, baby, I was about to be slipped and dipped in Cabo, okay?
Right. Mexico, like,
Exactly. The irony. They don't want us over there. How's that, Donald Trump? Like, literally.
The tables have turned.
The table, what did Kevin Show say? That they don't shut the table.
Shut the table.
So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll just keep praying and hoping things get better.
For sure. Okay, so moving on to our next topic for What's the Word, we are going to talk about the triumph, life after the protests, which is not completely after the protests because obviously protests are still going on, but life after George Floyd. How are you feeling about everything?
I feel like, you know, the thing about it is, and every time I talk about it, I pretty much said the same thing. It's like, as Black people, or people, people of color, Black people, this is not new to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, to me, it's quite interesting to see people like, oh my God, like, what can I do? Can I, and not that it's disingenuous. It's just like, did you really not know that this was going on? Did you? And I forgot who it was. And shout out to the Homegirls podcast. I listened to their podcast today, and they were talking about oh gosh, I can't think of her name, but she's white and she's an activist, and she talks about, it was a room full of people, and she said, stand up if you would like to be treated like Black people are treated. And she was like, okay, the fact that no one's standing shows that you see that there's some inequality here. You know what I'm saying?
Was it Jane?
Huh?
Jane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was her. And I'm like, that to me was honestly the most simple and, effective analogy that she could have used. Like, because if we were all created equal, then everybody would have just been standing, period. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you in your mind know that you don't want to be treated that way says a lot. This says everything that needs to be said.
Yeah, I agree. For me personally, I mean, I think I think first it's beautiful that how many protests have happened like in our country. Like literally everywhere and beyond, honestly. Like there's so many countries that have participated in protests on behalf of Black Lives Matter, and just police brutality in general. Also, I am not gonna lie, I'm getting a kick out of the Karens getting told off, white racist people getting fired. It is a thing, it is happening, and I'm happy. I'm not gonna fake it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy about it. I'm glad that people are finally like understanding and taking, and they're getting repercussion. Like, is it repercussion?
Yes, consequences and repercussions. Exactly.
Consequences absolutely are getting taken, and it's just not. You can't be overt anymore, and just that's it. It's like, okay,
you about to lose your job.
It's a problem. Exactly. So, and then shout out to Gossip in the City, which is actually a celebrity gossip blog. She's completely transformed her platform to just like getting white racist people fired. Like she'll post a picture, she'll post the information, and people, all her followers will just call, tag, and eventually the person gets fired. And I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I'm not lying. Period.
And it's so funny because when I went to visit my dad for Father's Day, I need to call him in the morning. I was showing him the Karen's Gone Wild because my daddy 56. Y'all ain't got no Instagram, but I was showing him the Instagram page, Karen's Gone Wild, and my daddy was in there with his glasses, like looking like cracking up. He was like, "Yeah, I could watch this all day." And it's just it's with our parents being in their 50s and like being born in the 60s and growing up kind of like on the outskirts of the civil rights movement, but still like they grew up in like the transition period.
Right.
And just listening to my dad tell me stories about like being in LA. My dad's from a small town in Georgia, but like he went to LA in his younger years to work and like driving around in neighborhoods, looking at the houses. Again, my dad's a small town guy from the country of Georgia. He said he used to drive around and look at the houses in LA, and he said he remember being pulled over like, you don't need to be here. And it's just like, I'm just looking at, like, me and my friends go look at big houses all the time, that
Same.
you manifest in the life you want. So like B. Simone says. And I go look at houses all the time because I want to build a house in a couple of years. And I can't imagine being pulled over saying like, you're not supposed to be here.
Oh, that was my dad. My dad was fortunate enough to, have a pretty solid career when he was young. So him and my mom had pretty nice cars. And my grandma, I was speaking to her recently, just trying to get some more family history information. And she told me that my dad and his brothers used to get pulled over all the time, literally all the time, because they all had nice cars. And so it was kind of like, whose car is this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like, sir, it's messed up. I mean, I've been followed before. I've been to my house. Like,
I've been pulled over. I've been followed around at the store. Ma'am, do you need any help? No, I'm fine. Thank you. Like,
Like,
no.
I don't know. It's really unfortunate, but I will say that I'm glad now that there has been, while small, progress in general.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I believe that the beginning of progress begins with knowledge. And
mm,
I feel like, a lot of times we don't know something, we call that, the definition that is ignorance. And I'm just, a lot of people were ignorant to the fact or did not want to accept the fact that this is unfair. It's been unfair. They love to talk about the things like, affirmative action and like, things like that. Like, think about why there is affirmative action in the first place. That should be what you're concerned about. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm concerned because Black people are getting this special privilege to make sure they're going to these schools. Think about why that was even implemented and why we should even have something like that.
why do we
And
have
trust and believe.
why do we have Black sororities?
Yeah.
Why do we
Why
have
do we have these
things
things?
exclusive for
And
Black people? Exactly.
right. And for our non-Black followers, please like think about those things and please believe that as a Black person, I don't want affirmative action. I want to get in because I'm good enough.
Mm,
Because I am. But
right.
unfortunately, we have to come up with these things to make sure that it's fair. Now that's the sad part.
Exactly. It is.
That's the sad part.
Mhm.
So
It is.
I just want to, and I want Black people also to, in unpopular opinion, I want us to get out of this whole, I shouldn't have to educate people on that. And I get it. And we should not have to. But, you know, posting things, I think that's a great way because it's kind of like, well, here's the information. You look at it, you read it. I'm not saying we have to be out in the streets giving whole, speeches on, Black lives and what we go through. But
Right.
yeah, just, hey, here's a video, watch that. One of
I,
our coworkers, Kathy,
exactly.
always, huh?
I was gonna say, I said exactly. We shouldn't have to keep
Yeah,
repeating us ourselves. There's so much information and recordings at this point. Like, read a book, watch a YouTube video. Like, people
right.
talk about it all the time.
Right. But, post the link to a video that you feel is helpful.
Mhm.
I feel like, that's not too much for us to do.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, great topic.
Let's
Um,
go.
Final one, and this is pretty quick because it just happened. But Kanye for president.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. You know, someone, I think it was the Q with Q. Y'all know we love the Q with Q here on With Life Gives You Curves. I think he said something about splitting the Black vote.
Mm-hmm.
Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Very important about splitting the Black vote. And just quick little thing, we used to talk about this too in school. If someone was running for president or something like that, we would try to make sure that we only had one Black representative.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and this is in high school, we used to come up with these types of thought. This was our thought process, and this just goes to show again, being Black. We
Right.
would send our one Black person up there, every Black person. We all on one accord. We all voted for this one Black person. We cannot split the Black vote.
Right.
We can't do it because if we split the Black vote, we're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
And we would win every time. Homecoming, things like that. When you send one solid representative and we all vote for that person, our chances are better. And so what Kanye is doing, and I'm sorry, I am calling you ignorant if you vote for Kanye West, and I don't feel bad about it.
Oh,
But
very. Because there's some people who will just vote for him because he's Black.
because he's Kanye West, because he's Black, or because he's Kanye West.
Right.
First of all, do your research and see how California was doing with Arnold Schwarzenegger in office. Celebrities do not need to be in office.
At
I'm
all.
so sorry.
Yeah.
And then you don't even have any type of like, I can see if you were a celebrity and then you moved on and were doing all this research on foreign policy. And like, I don't know why people just feel like they can just run for president, like with no qualifications.
Now, I did say, and wow, oh God, I don't care necessarily for her, but Kim Kardashian is becoming a lawyer. She is getting trained. And I was like, do I want Kanye to be president? Hell no. Absolutely not. Would I mind Kim Kardashian being in the mix of everything? I'm open, only because I know she's not as dumb I don't think she's as dumb as people make her seem.
I
Um,
don't think she's dumb, but I
I
don't
think
think
a
that she
lot of
should
celebrities
be.
actually are kind of smart in a way.
Yeah,
Um, but I feel like there's certain, there's levels for everything, and there's categories that you need to be in. Presidency from a celebrity is not one of them, unless you are a politician first and it has some, mixing
like
and
Ronald Reagan,
yeah,
just an
like
actor.
something like that. But like, no, Kanye, no Kanye.
But my thing with Kim is, and I see what you're saying too. I think Kim is very smart, but to me, that has nothing to do with, Kanye running for president.
No, no.
And
Like,
Kim is
for
trying
the
to be a
one,
lawyer. She haven't graduated.
right?
So, listen, y'all, I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's frustrating to me. If you go for Kanye West, you need to reevaluate your whole life.
Please.
And I say that with a lot of confidence. And we don't judge on the show, but if you go for Kanye West, I will judge you. I will judge you. Like, what is wrong?
Expeditiously, like,
Please,
no.
please don't do that.
My sister
Please.
said that she did say, she was like, he can't even run because this and this and that. And I was like, I don't know. All I know is I'll never vote for him. So I don't care if he can or can't, whatever. No,
Please,
just no.
please don't do that. And if for whatever reason he can run, it's gonna be the same people made when Donald Trump back in office, because we are going to split the black vote.
Yep.
Period. Don't do it, Pooh. Don't do it.
Yep. All right. So moving into segment one. Segment one doesn't really have a title right now. It doesn't have a title today. Shit happened.
You know what? It's Monday and we're in a pandemic.
Shit happened. So it's segment one. So to start segment one, I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole comment with 50 Cent talking about exotic women and black women.
You see what I'm saying? And I look and I go, yo, this is why they get mad, they get angry. You see a lot of sisters, they go, oh, you fucking with this kind of girl or that kind of girl. That shit is exotic.
Stupid.
That shit look a lot different from the shit that you see in the neighborhood all the time. It looks like that shit look like it came off a boat, baby. Goddamn, you don't like that motherfucker? You don't like that? You go, goddamn, what's the matter with you? This shit feels like something foreign. It feels like something that you can't just get. So in some kind of ways, it is interesting to explore. You know what I'm saying? But they get mad, they get angry. How did you end up with this motherfucker or this, that? I'm like, huh?
For real. They get
I
real
just look at it
upset.
like, oh, look at this angry. And then my instincts always makes me defensive. So I go, look at this angry black motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. You're trying to fuck up the whole vibe. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because you're going.
First of all, 50 Cent never ceases to amaze me with his outlandish comments that he chooses to make.
I don't like him.
Not a fan. I don't even watch Power. But the sad part is it's not shocking. You know what I'm saying? It's not shocking, and I'm glad that he said it, because black men try to act like, as black women, it's not offensive and they don't think that way, or they don't see how we think that way when they choose to go out and get these exotic women, and how it's hurtful. And I'm not saying all black men that date outside their race think like that, but I think that a lot of people do think like that. Like what he said is like, I love when the truth comes out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say like, love is love and you can love whoever you want to love. This man specifically said, I mean, they look exotic. It look better than what you've been looking at your whole life.
Right.
Which is a black woman. And I'm just like,
it's like, sir, how dare you? And
how dare you?
Cat cackling and shit. And I'm like, nigga, you ain't been with nobody black since Toya.
No, he got a baby with Lauren London, and he got a baby with Nivea, and they all black, but
he got a baby. Oh, he was with them. He was.
Yeah, but he just get them pregnant and move on to something exotic, I guess. I don't know. His wife,
Asian lady, and then his last fiance was an Australian girl,
and now he's engaged again. I don't think she's black.
No, they broke up.
Oh,
he's with another girl. and she's not black.
See, and the thing about it is, like I said, please don't get it wrong. We're not here bashing interracial love by no means.
At all. Just
and I'm fine with it. But what I am saying is, this is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe he referred to there go another black angry bitch. Is that what he said?
I don't know if he said bitch, but I wouldn't be surprised. I know he did mention black angry woman. And now that
maybe he didn't say bitch. In my head, he said the B word.
I think he was like, some bitch, like, you know, oh, why you bitter, bitch? Something like that.
And it's not bitterness. Please don't get it mistaken for bitterness. Statistically, black women are literally in the bottom. Like, we are the last women that are going to get married. They have the chance of getting married. I don't know the exact statistic. Please don't quote me, but it's hurtful to know that, you know, other races of men might necessarily not pick you, you know, especially statistically, but then to know that, like, your own quote unquote would rather go for something more exotic.
Not only that, but the more education you have as a black woman also decreases your rate of getting married.
Yes. Oh my gosh. One of my sorority sisters actually talks about this. She's single. She's like 35. She has a PhD. Mm-hmm. She's a therapist, and she's like, do you know how intimidated black men, in my experience, and I know she's not talking for all black men, she was like, do you know how intimidated they get when they find out I have a PhD? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I didn't even think about that. So
I mean, and you'll have people who will be like, well, the people, black women or women with degrees, they act like they this and this and that. They act like they too good, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, for one, I'm not one of those goody girls that need to have a man with a degree per se. Now, what my man does need to have is ambition. He needs to have something going for him. He doesn't necessarily have to have a degree. What I do doesn't mean you have to do it. You don't have to have the same route of education that I have, but you need to be doing something. And I don't feel bad for not lowering my standards, period.
That's called insecurity. They're insecure, you know, and I just feel like somebody, just like Jordan said, like, ambition is important to me, and I want someone that's going to push me to do better.
Yeah.
Just like I'm going to push you to do better. I want both of us to be on the, like, we are a money team. Exactly. So, like, you want to go back to school, go back to school. You know, you want to start a business. Look, I want us to
get a trade.
You do what you want. Like, I want, as long as we have a plan together and we're building together, like, that is the goal. Yep. You know, and I just feel like that I don't understand why we still are talking about, or we still have black men saying things like this out here in the streets. And like you said, Lil Wayne, even though the clip that I seen, he didn't really say anything. Your laugh said it all.
I was gonna say he agreed in some capacity. I mean, if you're not sticking up, that was an agreement. You didn't say
anything. And I stand.
Hate that. You didn't say he didn't say anything to protect or defend. So you obviously agree. You think it's funny. You think it's a game.
Mm-hmm. And I totally agree. Like, you know, if someone was talking bad about your daughter, you would automatically say something. Exactly. Or, you know, that's not okay. Like, all you have to be like, hey, that's not cool, bro. Like, you know, exactly. if you like dating exotic women, that's fine. But you don't have to bash our black women or our black queens in the process. And that's all that we ask. Like, you date who you want to date. And I'm really big on that. Like, date who you want to date. My dad is now with my stepmother is Hispanic. She's been in my life for quite a long time, almost 20 years. Date who you want to date, but don't bash black women in the process. Exactly. Please don't.
Celebrate.
Like, we don't deserve that.
Date, fine, but do not celebrate black women still, regardless if, you know, we with you or not. That's who you came from.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. So
exactly.
That's my perspective. Okay, so moving on, we wanted to talk about Adrian Bronner's. I was about to say a comment. We're going to talk about Adrian Bronner. I believe he's a boxer.
He's a boxer.
And, yeah. So he was on the Shade Room, and he said he was tired of girls wearing their pants up,
tucking their stomach in their
high
pants.
waisted pants, and
Yeah.
we shouldn't wear them because if we have fupas. Basically, he don't want to see the belly in the pants.
Hey man, I'm tired of this. I ain't even gonna lie, man. You know what I'm tired of seeing? Huh? I'm tired of seeing this right here. I'm tired of you coming in the club with y'all stomach in y'all pants, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. We know that shit. We see your stomach in your mother pants, dude. You don't go work out with your lazy ass.
Sir, first of all, you're not cute, so shut the hell up.
Cute.
Like, stop it. How dare you? Like, I'm just really amazed every time I hear somebody make a comment about like what people should and should not be doing with their bodies.
Right.
If they want to walk around with their rolls, listen, and I may look like I wouldn't wear that, but like
at the end of the day, it's none of your business. It's none of his business.
None of your business.
You're not gonna talk to her. Why do you care?
It's none of your business. And my thing is, like, what does he suggest they wear? Peplum tops every day? Exactly. Like, my thing is, if you have a stomach, where else is the stomach supposed to go? Would you rather the stomach hang out of the pant? Exactly. Like, his comment made absolutely no sense in my mind. Because if you have a stomach, like, what exactly was he trying to get you to do with the stomach? I'm still trying to figure it out. It's only one or two options, in or out.
Who are you? I just want to know why he felt like that was his place to make such a comment. Who are you, bro?
And like, the fact that his stomach looked like that, I wanted to ask him, what do you do with your stomach? Like, please, because it was fairly large.
That the girls that he was fucking talking about probably are not checking for him
at all.
Period.
You know, the whole comment, I just was like, okay, this quarantine clearly has people bored
as fuck. Like
to be making these and then for him to actually show it and like zoom forward to the camera to like show what he was talking about, I was just disgusted.
It's like I don't like humans like that. That's just like just ugly, pompous, arrogant personalities. I don't like that.
Exactly.
That wasn't cool. It wasn't kind. It was unnecessary. It was just, I don't know. It rubbed me so totally wrong. I couldn't.
Girl, ain't nobody got time for Adrian.
At all. Okay, so final section of segment 1 is leave fat women alone. I kind of go into the Adrian Broner situation, but in this regard, I want to talk about how the Shade Room always posts Lizzo twerking. And is that a celebratory post, or is it a post to like ignite people?
Well, you know the Shade Room is shady, honey. Well, they shady.
That's so. But I don't feel like disingenuous, and I don't like that.
I think it is a tad disingenuous as well. I don't know. At the same time, Lizzo is twerking quite often.
Facts.
I do kind of want to be like, sweetheart, you know, we don't need to see you twerking every day. We love you. We here for you, sis, rolls and all. But every time I see you, don't need to be your back end.
In this, I saw a video, and the last video was the one where she was twerking because apparently she got kicked out of somebody's house and got to the house. Mm-hmm. Did I think twerking was the valid response? No, because it really didn't have anything to do with anything. Exactly. But was it necessarily needed to get posted on the Shade Room? No. I feel like, okay, if you want to twerk on your own platinum, fine, whatever. But like the Shade Room just be posting shit so people can talk shit about her, and I think that's fucked up. In the comments, you very rarely see people be like, "Oh my gosh, I love her." Most of the comments be like, "Ooh, why she doing this? Ooh, I can go my whole life without seeing that. Oh, ooh, like she do too much. Ooh, why her ass out?" Like, it's just a whole bunch of unnecessary shit, and I feel like they instigate that a lot because they're shady.
I think they do, but they instigate a lot. You know what I'm saying? And not to go off subject, but that's what they do. Like, and I do think some stuff, like you say, is genuine, but I think a lot of times the posts are like to be shady, so that people can get in there and talk, talk shit about somebody else. And with the whole Lizzo thing, I see both sides. I totally agree with Jordan. I feel like people be, in there doing all of that, but I'm she does it so often, Lizzo. I feel like at some point I'm questioning whether she's doing it for attention or not. Because I can't remember what she was actually saying, but it was something important, and she was naked saying it, and I just was like,
"Why?
Now you could have said that with clothes on."
That irritated me.
You could have said that with clothes.
Sis, why? At this point, I feel like you're trying to get some attention.
Yeah, you try, and I feel like at some point it's like, okay, now I'm starting to look at Lizzo like.
It's like, first, I didn't want you to get bullied, but now you're doing shit to like entice people low key.
And I'm just, I didn't understand. Like, you took off your clothes, and I'm a big woman that loves to be naked. I love to be naked, but why did you have to? You posed yourself on some stairs
with her hair covering her titties.
Yeah, did a little rap or whatever to make a speech about what?
Something. It was important.
It was like I missed it.
Something for donating and stuff.
But you see, we don't even really know what she was talking about. But I do know that her hair was covering her boobs and she was naked and she was sitting on some stairs. Your message was lost.
Yep.
In the nakedness.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So people might be like, well, you just said you don't want people talking about her. And I don't want people to necessarily talk about her, but it's such a fine line.
There's a difference between bullying and being like, okay, sis, that's enough.
Right.
Never did we say anything negative about her. And like what Jordan was saying, they be in the comments body shaming her. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's not what we're here for.
They're just very nasty. Like, yes. I don't agree with everything that she does. I don't think she needs to shake her ass at every given moment. And no, I don't want to see it either. However, I'm not talking about her body. Like,
right.
Do this, she needs to do that. She look like this, she look like that. I'm not saying that's okay, because it's not.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with her body. It has everything to do with her doing the most. We don't need to see you naked. I don't want to see anybody naked. Exactly what it is. Except maybe Beyonce.
The freaking most.
Too much.
But
so yeah.
Well, honestly and truly, and this one's gonna be my last comment on it. I don't see the Shade Room posting like a whole bunch of like thinner girls twerking, which might have been one of the reasons why it caught my attention, because they don't exploit them like that. I don't really see them posting a whole.
But I think that's the whole thing. Like, you hit it like nail on the hair. It's like Lizzo has become this thing of like a big girl twerking or a big girl showing her body. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love that she's confident, but it's like, it's just become like this thing of just, that's all she does. Yeah, like that's what she do. Mm-hmm. Big girls can twerk too. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, good conversation. So moving on to the next segment. This is actually a Q&A because I felt like y'all don't know this.
You don't even know me.
Yeah, we do well on posting everybody else, our Curvy Girl of the Weeks. You get to learn them. We're going to be doing some new things coming soon, knowing some other people and places and things. So I thought it would be a good time to kind of let us dive in and tell y'all a little bit about us. So for the first question is, Aaliyah, what talents do you have?
I like to consider myself a jack of all trades, y'all, but I'm really crafty. So y'all know about my sweets. Thank you. Y'all know about my sweets page. I do cups now. I like to plan parties. I like to decorate. That's definitely, I'm a visionary.
And a hospitality person, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick little story. I was in a minor in hospitality, y'all. And when I got to the class, it was a cooking class. It was my first or second class I took in hospitality in college. And he told me how to take my nails off. Fast forward, I didn't get my minor in hospitality, okay, because these was not coming off. But yeah, so things like that. I love to plan parties and things like that. And then, of course, y'all follow me on Instagram. My name is the Songstress. I like to do a little something. No. So I like to sing. I actually used to sing chorally, like UIL and stuff like that. I got my letterman in choir in high school. I was gonna be a voice major. Praise God, I decided to do something else. Thank you, Lord, for that vision. But I was gonna major in voice in college, and then I sing the lights. So a few talents. What about you, Jordan?
I am also a Jill of all trades. So I feel anyway. Mostly my talent is probably like being a digital artist. I do graphics, I build websites, do blogs. Aaliyah thinks I can sing, but I just sing.
I think that like you have to be proud of yourself for at least being on tone and being on not on tone, like being on the notes.
But
Some
yeah,
people be off.
yeah.
You're not tone deaf by no means.
I'm not tone. I can sing a little bit. I do, but do I take it like seriously where I would call myself a singer? No. But yes, I was in choir in school. I was in church choir for years. So yes, I technically can sing.
I miss the church choir.
Girl, so much.
Come on, Corona ends. So I can be in the house of the Lord. Anyway, go ahead, girl.
What else? I know a little bit about a lot. I feel that's kind of like my whole, like I know a little bit about a lot.
Random facts.
Yeah, like just I'm a Googler. I Google everything. Literally it'd be the most random stuff. Like I will go from shipwrecks to like weird, just different stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I know a little bit a lot about a lot. I like to have my hands in stuff. So yeah.
I was gonna say that too. I love that Jordan mentioned like random facts because I am a history buff, y'all. I'm a history buff. Okay, I love history. I will tell you, especially don't get me started in like American history. Whew, that's my jam right there. That's why that's another reason why I'd be so shocked about all this stuff. I'm like, y'all didn't know this shit was happening. Hello, yeah. And they didn't just do it to us, y'all.
Right. Yeah, I like history, but I don't like it forced on me, if that makes sense. Like that goes back to my Googling. Like I will Google everything. If I see an article, I'll be like, ooh, I want to learn more about that. And I'll just Google some stuff. But as far as like, oh, you need to read this out of this history book, that never interested me. Ever.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I was on UIL social studies team in high school too. I know, I'm a nerd.
That's a little bit. But embrace it.
Fun fact.
Okay, so moving on to question 2. What is your favorite holiday and why?
Oh my God. So I haven't seen the questions, y'all. So I really am. This is my real reaction. But my favorite holiday is Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. I don't necessarily like the meaning behind Thanksgiving. Again, I'm a history buff, and it's not all what it's cracked up to be. Okay, a real history behind Thanksgiving. But I just, I feel like Christmas begins to be a lot with like the gifts. And I really feel like, Christmas is, is a celebration of Jesus's birth and everything like that, which is important. But I feel like Thanksgiving to me is more so like family, like, and friends. I feel like for Christmas is more like just family, but Thanksgiving is more of the time where you get to spend with like your friends and, your friends' family. Like, Thanksgiving is like, I love the traditional, because for Christmas people do like gumbo. In my house we do fish. I love the traditional, the turkey, the dressing, the collard greens, and like, it's my jam, y'all, the yams. And yeah, I love Thanksgiving. That's my favorite holiday. So
yeah, mine's actually Christmas. And not so, I mean, obviously, Jesus's birthday, all that stuff. Well, because it's kind of a pagan holiday. It's a pagan holiday. Anyway, aside from that stuff, the historical stuff, I really just like the lights. It kind of just gives me joy. Like the lights,
Yeah.
the colors, the decoration, like all of that just brings me so much joy. It's crazy. The music, like
I
Chris,
do like the music and
I,
the movies.
yes, in the movies. I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed with Christmas. I'm such a gift giver. And so when people are like, oh, I want this, I'm like, yes, I can't wait to like I just like for people to be
Yes.
so happy. And for me and my family, like it's pretty just my immediate family I spend the holidays with. We don't really do a whole lot of like extended family stuff. So it's always good like for my family to come together and my parents come together. It's just such a good time. My mom comes down to Houston. I do miss snow. Just like looking at it just gives a nice aesthetic. But
Welcome to Houston.
it's okay. It's all right. I'll use fake snow. It's fine. But yeah, so Christmas is my jam.
I forgot to mention another reason why Thanksgiving is my favorite. Y'all know I'm a shopaholic. Well, Jordan knows. And Black Friday is my jam. Okay.
Like to spend some money.
I am the Black Friday queen, honey. I be in all black, face beats, tennis shoes on, ready to go, snatching TVs and everything else. So if this COVID is over and y'all need me to copy out something, text me. I got four TVs when Black Friday.
Oh, so did Miss Tina.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Tina.
All right, baby.
Rest in peace. I don't get me emotional on the show. Okay.
But yeah, I remember one year she was like, "Girl, I bought all them too. I bought all my boys new TVs." I was like, "Oh Lord."
I was in there. I will never forget that year. It was 2012, and we were in Laredo, baby. I was snatching TV, snatching them, throwing in my basket. Not gonna leave by 2. So I told my brother, I was like, "Wait right here with these TVs and let me check out. I'll be right back. Get the other 2."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, all my sisters, I think we're more online. Not gonna lie.
I just Cyber Monday, but there's nothing like being in the mix. It doesn't like taking a toy from a child and I'm just playing.
I no, I can't. I don't like crowds like that. Like I'm just
Oh,
like
I love it. I love it. Now, I'm trying to, living in Houston, we are a gumbo pot of different things. And I will say that other people who come from other countries, and me and Kathy talk about it too, like they, as Americans, we're in this whole like personal space thing. Like we are big on like personal space. One thing I will say though is like you have so many different cultures of people, and it's like I'd be like, why are you so close? So
yeah, no, I
that
don't.
is one thing I don't like about Black Friday. But
I'm like, let me be at my computer when it's time to
oh
drive.
my gosh.
Okay, so next, what is your sign, and do you act like the stereotype?
Yeah. Yes, I am such a typical Gemini. Sorry. But you know what? I think that people think that Geminis are crazy. I hear that a lot. Like, I get nervous every time I talk to like a new guy. He's like, "What's your zodiac sign?" I'm like, but no, I'm a Gemini. I think I very much act so like a Gemini. So for people who are unfamiliar, let me school you a little bit. So as a Gemini, we're super social, which I'm super social. Know everything, not know it alls in terms of like we feel like we know everything, but just know a lot about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will say the negative thing about Geminis that I do believe I have is like 0 to 100 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. I feel like I'm kind of easily agitated, but in my adult self, I don't let myself get agitated. I just like kind of get quiet and like go into my space where I'm able to check my attitude. I'm real big on like checking my attitude. Because I do know there's something about me as a Gemini that I am like I get irritated really quickly, and I like feel myself getting irritated, and I have to take a step back. Like, okay, let me check myself. And that took time, y'all. It took time. Any of my losses watching probably like that took time. That took time. But yeah, I feel like I do act like a Gemini, like hardcore. I'm really loving, really like, oh, biggest thing, hella sarcastic.
Do you feel like you're sarcastic?
I feel like I'm very sarcastic. You don't feel like I'm sarcastic?
I don't know.
Everybody that I talk to feels like I'm sarcastic, and
Yeah, you are.
a lot of people
You
don't
are.
like it.
I had to think of something. You are.
Sarcastic, like I have a smart mouth.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm
And
sarcastic the way you talk shit. I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of shit.
yeah, I mean, and it's funny. It's funny to me. It's fun to me. But again, like I just feel like you just have to, you gotta learn to check yourself, and that's something that I've just had to do over the years, and cut back a little bit. But I'm definitely a Gemini through and through. Go ahead, I've talked enough.
I'm a Libra. Where I am I am a Libra. I do have those stereotypes. But I'm a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising, so I feel like I kind of have those tendencies as well. But I'm super indecisive for starters. What else is a Libra? We're super just nice and sweet, and we don't like to argue or have confrontation.
Definitely you.
Yeah, I don't like confrontation. It's just annoying. Like I don't even want to deal with it. Um, it takes a lot for us to be like to get us there. Like a lot. So when I'm there, it's not good because it probably took a lot to get there. We can be very passive aggressive. And that's something that actually I am trying to check on myself, because just being more vocal on stuff. Like if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. If that bothers me, I'm gonna tell you. Like
get you a little Gemini, you girl.
Yeah, I feel like I've just been, sometimes we're too nice. We're too nice. And people can take us for granted or run over us, but that's not the case for me. I'm working on that. So yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've dated Gemini guys, so I can't really say and they've been okay, but Gemini men just seem to be very ghosty.
Now that is a stereotype about Geminis, that we don't like to stay in the same place at one time. So we get bored. And
Yeah.
I don't know about, I don't feel like I'm that way in a relationship, but I'm definitely that way in life. Like I get bored hella easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing something and I'll be like, oh, this is fucking boring. Like I'm ready to do something else. Like we are very and you know that about me. Everybody that knows about me, I'm very on the go. Like that's why I do so much. Like I do the desserts, I do the cups, because I have to be doing something every second of the day or I get bored. Like me, this quarantine, y'all, I'm barely making it.
Maybe been struggling.
Y'all know I've been. I am a social butterfly, so I think that's maybe why me. But but Gemini's were really like straightforward. So I don't know why they wouldn't just be like, hey, like I'm not really feeling you no more.
And I feel like for me, and I don't know if it's so much my Libra side or my Scorpio side, but I'm very much so like tell me so I can so this can be done. Like I don't want to keep dealing with it if you're not with the shits. Like let me know.
And the thing about a Gemini, when we like you, we love you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it takes a lot for me to like get there with the person, because I feel like I'm really like kind of like, I tell you all the time, I'm a single girl that we want to be in a relationship but don't like men trying to talk to me. I don't know, I'm weird. But yeah, if I like you, like let's get married tomorrow. And maybe that's why they feel like we're like psychotic or something, because when I'm all in, I'm all in. All in.
Oh, that's a stereotype. Well, that's not a stereotype of us, but they say that we the hoes. We the hoes and we the liars. I don't personally feel that way. Do I feel like I flirt? Yes. Yes, I do.
I've never dated a Libra.
Now, Libra men, people are not fans. I'm not going to lie. Libra women, I feel like, are better. Libra men.
That's how I feel about Gemini too. The men are
Libra men they can be extra flirty for no reason, I feel.
I'm really okay. Question though, since we kind of dabbled into relationships, I don't want to take over the whole thing because I want to get to the rest of the questions, but really quick, what was your best sign dating experience and then your worst sign dating experience?
Oh man. So
And
my
then a sign that you want to date.
okay, so my dying day, I hate Capricorns. I don't like them. I don't like them. Capricorns can suck my dick. I don't like them. They're boring and they got a stick up their ass. Like I don't like them. They're mean. Capricorn men are mean. I don't like
Whoever you are, Mr. Capricorn, you done did something to Jordy. Whew, okay.
them.
Okay, best dating experience.
My best. Ooh, ooh. Um, I don't want to say Scorpio just because he was the longest that I had a relationship with.
Even if it was 2 seconds, what was your best like romantic experience? Okay, so you say your best one was a Gemini.
My best one was a Gemini. Yes. So my
Mhm.
worst was a Capricorn. My best was a Gemini. He was
It
super
must have been
sweet.
it must have been a bedroom thing.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, but
Hmm.
that wasn't it though. Like he was
That's
sweet.
our strong suit.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
Super sweet, super romantic, like yeah.
Hmm.
But he was ghosty. So
Yeah, they say Geminis have a hard time committing. I don't have that issue, but I know that that's like one of our stereotypes. Okay, and then what's the sign that you will be interested in dating, or that you want to want to give it a little whirl? A little.
I would date a Leo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're fun.
they are fun.
Yeah, I definitely date a Leo for sure.
Yeah, my worst dating experience is I, I'm gonna say a Sagittarius.
They in the
They're
bottom.
yeah, they real like I don't do well with passive aggressive, very passive aggressive. Well, this person in particular, I don't know if it had anything to do with his sign, but he was a liar. Jesus. I
Oh,
mean, just
yes.
a liar and a poser.
A lioness Sagittarius as well.
And a poser. So like trying to like convince me that he was somebody that he's not.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Ooh, right on the money.
Pew, 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 pew. And
Right.
then my best dating experience, even though he's an asshole too, is a Leo. They're very sweet. Well, the person I was dating was very sweet. And the biggest thing I loved about dating him was he was really affectionate. I'm such a cake, y'all. I like to like hold hands and like touch and like kiss and all that kind of stuff. And that was like real, real, real big. Like never was like something I had to ask for. Very affectionate. And I would love to date an Aquarius because I really feel like that's my match. God told me. God told
Actually,
me.
my sister's an Aquarius, and the last 3 boyfriends she had were Geminis with the same birthday.
When was their birthday? June or May.
Like, I want to say like June 6th or June 10th.
And that's another thing. June Geminis and May Geminis are a tad different, I feel. But my best friend is an Aquarius, and we're just like her calmness balances out my craziness. And I just really feel like an Aquarius is my match. Like, well, Scorpio, it's funny because Sagittarius, Leos, and Aquarius are like my top 3, and I did the Leo thing, did the Sagittarius thing. So Aquarius, it's gotta be you, hun. It's
Yeah,
gotta
I've
be
never
you.
dated a Leo, but
They're on our spectrum.
a lot of my close friends are Leos, and I love them. I
Mm-hmm.
love them. So
I
yeah,
would date another Leo though, even though I would date another one though.
yeah.
It was fun.
Okay, next question. I was supposed to anyway. Next question. What are your favorite things to do?
Hang out with my friends. Honestly, I love being around people. I love to shop. And oh, I'm a movie buff also. I love movies. Um, and I'm the kind of person don't talk to me in a movie, don't touch me, don't look at me. I'm in a movie. If I'm watching a movie, I'm watching a movie. I love to watch movies. I really cannot wait. Growing up, my days to force us to watch movies, which I loved, but I can't wait to have kids and make them all sit down and watch movies that they've never heard of. Can't wait. But yeah. What do you like to do?
Well, I just like to chill. Like I'm very it's either I'm out or I'm in. I'm very like opposite spectrum.
In or out?
Yeah, I like to if I'm out, I want to turn up, period. If I'm in, I want to chill. Like I can be a homebody, I can go out. So yeah, I'm very flexible to be honest. And then I like to binge watch Netflix. Specifically Schitt's Creek. That's my shit. And then what else? Just be creative. I just love to be creative and design stuff. Yeah.
That's true. And
Uh,
cooking. I
huh?
like to cook too.
Oh yes.
I said I like to cook.
And she cooks good. Let me tell you about these green beans. Okay. Let me tell you about these fucking green beans. You be throwing down in.
Me and Jordy go sell green bean and macaroni plates because her macaroni is the bomb.
No, I feel like
No meat, just green beans and macaroni.
Yeah, literally like be like, oh, let me get some.
That's it.
Okay, who is or are your best friends?
Okay, so my absolute like best friend, her name is Terica. Shout out to Terica. But I have two childhood best friends, so Terica and then Keishandria, aka Kiki. I met Kiki in 8th grade. I met Terica in 7th grade. And I mean, these girls are like my absolute best friends. I love them to death. And then I have what I call a college best friend. So I met her in college. And I mean, we're just thick as thieves. I consider my college best friend. Her name is Taylor. So shout out to Taylor. Yeah, I mean, man, like, and everybody knows I talk about my long sisters all the time. So I consider them my best friends also. But Terica, Kiki, Taylor, those are like my riders.
My best friends.
Oh wait, because he's gonna be mad at me. Charity is my male best friend. Charity, you know I love you. I love you. Okay, go ahead.
My best friend, like my best friend is Tiara. I was gonna say Terica. Yeah, that is my best friend. Like growing up, I did not have good friendships, and she came in and changed my life. So that's my baby. And my best guy friend is Boomer, aka Anthony, or Anthony, aka Boomer. I know him since I was like 14, and I'm his kid's godmom. And then my friend Zach, I've known since high school. That's my ex-boyfriend's cousin, but that's my nigga, so whatever. Is that it? Oh, I hope I'm not.
I know you're gonna be mad. You forget somebody. They're gonna be like,
oh shit, am I missing somebody?
We'll come back to it at the end of the show because I don't want to miss nobody.
I don't feel like I'm missing anybody. That's it. As far as
we're just gonna move on.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think right now, but as far as I know, that's it right now. So yeah, those are and then my work besties. I love them.
Wow.
Becky too. I forgot about her. Yeah.
Plus Becky.
Yeah. But no, yeah, my work besties, Aaliyah and all them, I be with them all the time. And we're really close actually for coworkers. So
yes. I love talking shit with y'all during the meetings.
Everything. Like I can talk to them about anything and everything. So yeah. What are your best characteristics?
Ooh, that's a great question. Honestly, I feel like I'm extremely dependable.
Mm-hmm.
If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, and I will go through hell and high water to do it. My word to me is like my bond, and I'm gonna do my best to support you. But I also feel like another great quality or characteristic that I have is I'm extremely honest, even when it hurts. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to work on like my delivery, but I just don't want to ever try to lie to you or be dishonest or disingenuous or whatever to you just to save your feelings. You know, I want to see you be the best that you can be, and I expect the same. Like, don't try to save my feelings. Like, tell me the truth, because at the end of the day, like, that builds me as a person. So I feel like those are two of my biggest character traits. Is I'm like super loyal and supportive, and then also like I'm really honest. Like, if you ever really want to know, you know, how I'm feeling, you're gonna get it from me. Trust and believe. So, what about you?
My best characteristics, I'm a very sweet person. Just naturally. I feel like I'm a very just nice person. Um, I obviously have my moments sometimes, you know, if you catch me on a bad day, but overall I feel like I'm just a really friendly, nice person. And then I also feel like I'm super helpful. Sometimes too helpful, but I love helping people. At work, everybody comes to me for stuff. Even outside of work, like if somebody needs help with their website, their logo, their brand, like I feel like I'm always willing to help. If I know it, then I'll share it. Like I just want to help. And then the last one, um, I just feel like I'm a good friend. Like I just feel like I'm a good friend. If I see something at the store and I know you like it, I'll buy it. Like if I'm working on my listening, my active listening, because I listen. But sometimes I'll be like, but aside from that, I do let people like vent, and I just try and be there for people. So yeah, those are my best characteristics, at least the ones I can think of for now.
I think you did pretty good on that.
Thanks. Favorite show?
Oh, show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all, this is hard. Movie, I got you. Show? Y'all, I don't know. Criminal Minds, Special Victims Unit, stuff like that. I have so many favorite shows, y'all. I love watching HGTV shows. I love watching trash TV. But I'm gonna go with.
To make a choice.
I'm gonna go with Special Victims Unit.
Okay.
I just watched the whole last season on Saturday, like all the episodes, back to back. No sleep. I only got out of the bed to use the bathroom and eat, and got right back into bed to finish. So I'm gonna go with that for 5,000, Alex.
It'd be that way. My favorite show is Schitt's Creek, hands down. Schitt's Creek. It is the
You said that with such assurance.
Huh? No, I love that show. I'm literally.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give it a go.
Huh?
I said I'm gonna have to give it a go.
It depends on what humor you like. Like we're both sarcastic people. I feel like I'm a sarcastic-y shit talker. So like some of the stuff that they say I think is hilarious. The different characters that they have on there are funny because they're so different. So yeah. Schitt's Creek. Last question. What is a random fact about you?
Ooh, random facts about me.
Which I guess is not a question, but whatever.
I'm technically like a military brat. I didn't do the whole travel thing though. Both my parents are in the military. Both my parents actually met in Okinawa, Japan, while on duty. Mm-hmm. So that's something I'm really proud about. I'm really proud about my parents being veterans. And my parents also work in law enforcement, which I'm very proud of too. So yeah, I guess I don't know if that's a random fact, but it's something I'm very proud of. I mean, even though it's my parents, I'm just really proud that I come from people who served our country, even though the country's kind of shitty. So yeah.
A random fact about me, I would consider myself an intermediate genealogist now. I've been researching my family for 11 years, and I'm starting a YouTube called Family Ties. So go follow me on YouTube. I have not posted my videos yet, but I'll get there. But yeah, I just love learning about my family history. and just like the different gems and seeing how hard my family worked and stuff like that. So, yep, that's my
Absolutely.
random fact. Okay, so moving on to our final segment. It's called Diving into Our Closets. So recently we posted a video of our closet haul. We gave you guys a tour of our closets, and then we modeled, and showcased some of our clothing, our favorite outfits, and outfits we put together for certain occasions. So for the first question, what inspires your style?
Um, I think like my confidence inspires my style, if that's an answer. If y'all follow me, I know I love to like show off my curves, show off my body. That's something that I'm really proud about because it took me a long time to get there. You know, it took me a long time to just be like, girl, you are fine. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like people would try to like, you know, chastise me for being like a plus size woman. And I'm just kind of like, now that I'm older, it's just like I feel like I spent so much time trying to figure out this body that I was in, and there was nothing wrong with it.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with the body. So now I'm all about showing off my curves, accentuating my waist. Like that's really to me what inspires my style, and to inspire other women to be okay with their body. Like I want you to see it on me and be like, Aaliyah got it on. Like I can wear it too. Like yes, wear the crop tops, sis. Wear the tights, sis. Like do it.
Yeah.
Wear it. So I feel like that really inspires my style.
My style is inspired by the occasion, if that's a thing.
Okay.
So if I'm going out, obviously I'm gonna show a little titty or whatever. If I'm going to work, a lot of my style actually is inspired by Pinterest. I love
Pinterest
and like creating mood boards about like my outfits and stuff. I'm recently on this journey to kind of like enhance and expand my style to be a little bit more edgy. I feel like I'm a little conservative right now, so I want to be more edgy. So yeah, that's what inspires my style. I feel like our personalities are very much showcased in our style. Like Aaliyah is very extroverted, and you can tell by her clothes. Like she's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like this is me, da da da. And then for me, I am extroverted and I am introverted, and I feel like my clothing style does portray that equally. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm real extra. But you know, I've been noticing ever since we started, I'm obsessed with the color gray suddenly. I don't know if I turned into Eeyore or what, but I love gray. The color gray.
Oh, gray.
I'm obsessed with it suddenly. I don't know.
My favorite color is yellow.
Yeah, it looks good on you too.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Second question. What are some ways that make you feel comfortable in your clothes?
Ways that make me feel comfortable in my clothes. I think definitely like accentuating my waist. That makes me feel the most comfortable because that makes me feel the most confident. So like, you know, like I love to like wear a crop top wrap, like, you know, a jean shirt or like a plaid shirt around my waist. Also again, I love to accentuate my curves. I love wearing like a nice like tight or like you know, pants that, you know, I don't know. I love to just like feel, again, it goes back to feeling confident. I feel like my clothes make me feel good about myself, make me feel good about the skin that I'm in. So like that's what makes me feel most comfortable is when I feel really confident in what I'm wearing. And I also like things that kind of like hug me, make me like kind of like what's it called? Like, not, I don't want to say tight because I don't want my clothes to be tight, but I like them to be like, yeah, I like them to be on my body, form fitting. So that's something that makes me feel really comfortable. And then also what I'm getting into now is, I hope I'm not jumping ahead because I can't remember the next question, but doing things that are a little bit outside of the box. Like, so y'all know my one thing that I don't like, well, two things I don't like is I really don't care for my arms. And now that I'm losing weight, it's starting to like do this little sag thing that I'm just not a fan of. And then I do have like a little stomach pouch, and I know it's not that big, but still it's there. And so now I'm trying to get into the whole thing of like, okay, what can I do to feel more comfortable in that? So, you know, I'm trying to wear my arms out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I need to get over it.
Right.
I need to get over it. So that's something I'm doing to make myself more comfortable, is to be uncomfortable until I'm comfortable, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I did with bodysuits. I
Yes,
was
honey.
not wearing anybody's bodysuit. I was not wearing it. You could not venture
Not anybody's bodysuit.
to wear a bodysuit. I was like, no, my stomach is too big. I'm not wearing a bodysuit any way, shape, or form. You couldn't pay me. I wasn't wearing it. But now it's like, okay, bro, let me give me a little bodysuit, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I still have my moments where I'm like, not that bodysuit.
Not me, guys. I'm wearing it.
But 9 times out of 10, I feel more comfortable wearing bodysuits. I got one on right now, actually. So that I feel like making yourself be uncomfortable makes yourself uncomfortable. I remember the day when we went to go see B Simone at the at the comedy show, and I took a full body picture and I posted it, and I said, I'm not hiding anymore. And I meant that. Ever since then, I'm not scared to post full body pictures. I'm not afraid to.
I'm about to shed a tear.
Oh God. But I'm for real. I'm not scared anymore. And I know that there's people who are still, fearful of what society will say, or just not confident enough. And to be honest, it really takes yourself pushing yourself to make yourself be confident. And you still gonna struggle. It's an uphill battle, regardless of what you look like. You always gonna find something. We're the most critical people of ourselves, but just at the beginning, push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable. You'll love yourself.
Y'all know I'm super goofy, but I literally am like teary-eyed because that's the whole purpose of like this platform. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna cry, but that's the whole purpose of this platform. You know what I'm saying? It's to like uplift each other. There's no reason why we should feel like we can't take a full body picture. And I don't know, I mean, not to compare it to being Black either, but like society tries to tell you that you're not good enough, but you are. Like, wear the shit.
Yeah. It's literally, and that's it. Like, you have to be like, no, I'm cute. I'm bad. I'm cute. Pick yourself up. Hype yourself. Be your own hype man. Like,
my line sisters will tell you, I'll be sending them some stuff, and I'll be like, I'm wearing it.
Yeah.
It's getting put on. So
if you like it, I love it.
Love it.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be like, maybe not that. But at the end of the day, you want your friends and the people you love to be their best self. And so if your best self is in a crop top and you got a fupa, girl, hey, do it. Who am I to tell you what you can and can't wear? Do it.
Do it.
So, yeah. Okay, so so the last part of this segment is to just shout out some Black-owned plus-size clothing brands. Okay, so I took the liberty to reach out and look up some of the brands, and so the ones that I would like to shout out today are zellyforshe.com, and I would assume that we will probably be buying some stuff to try on eventually. We have FOC.
Yeah, shout out FOC.
Yeah, Flaws of Couture. We have Gibri. We have Courtney Noel. Her clothing is more upscale. She has some nice items for sure. I was looking through her inventory, and she has some very nice things. Reb Dolls, which me and Aaliyah got. We like a little
Reb Dolls might have to be the next hard, y'all. Reb
Dolls is doing it. Shout out to our sis Lace and Leopard, because
Lace and Leopard, we love you, girl.
We love you, because her last Reb Dolls haul was it.
Baby, what?
It was it. Sis looked good.
So everything, every piece.
Listen,
every piece.
You did that. And then finally, Monique C is a lingerie brand, and she be coming with the fashions.
I would love for us to do a lingerie haul. Just throwing that out there.
Actually, you know what? We could, because I know how to blur stuff now.
Oh, also, I wanted to add a Curvaceous Boutique, and it's also Black owned. She has some really cute stuff. It's a little on the pricey side, but she has some really cute things. So, and you guys, I actually wore our curvy pin.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if you guys can see this. But this will be available for purchase very soon. So,
August 1st.
can you see?
Yeah. It's super.
Yeah,
We got
super cute.
hairpins coming. We got a couple hairpins coming. We have some shirts dropping. We have some mugs dropping for our coffee lovers. We're doing this. And we're actually really excited.
Yeah, it's about to be. It's
Yes. We about to change the game. We really want to change the game and definitely change the narrative, more importantly,
yes.
of what plus size fashion is. So right now we're definitely starting out small, starting out with shirts and stuff, but I definitely foresee expansion in our future for sure as things, see how things go. But we think y'all gonna like these shirts. Y'all gonna like
Yes.
these shirts for
Y'all
sure.
gonna love the shirts. And like Jordan said, I definitely see us expanding and possibly doing like clothes eventually. But the shirts, Jordan hit the nail on the hammer, changing the narrative. So, and once you guys see the shirts, I think we definitely were bold about what we come in with the boldness. And, if you a little shy to rep your curves, then this might not be the brand for you.
Yeah. This, listen, we definitely thought out the box for this one. Like, I'm really excited for what's to come for our shop. We're definitely gonna have the standard, logo tees and stuff, but for the ones that we did not look anywhere else. This came straight from our brains.
Yes,
Like,
literally straight from our brains.
Yes. So get excited.
Literally, I'll be driving like, oh,
yeah, literally.
Jordan, like,
yes, like be excited because we have 3 collections that we are dropping. They're gonna be up for pre-order, so it's gonna be lit.
And we're gonna be going all the way up to what, 4X?
Yes, 4X.
All the way up to 4X, ladies. So
so it's unisex for some of the for most of the shirts. They'll be unisex, so it's a size down. So 4X is really a 5X. Yes.
Yes. So
yeah. So yeah. So we will end it with affirmations as we always do.
Oh, my first.
Yes.
Okay, guys. My affirmation to me is gonna be, I feel like I try to like stick with a certain theme throughout. So mine is just gonna be just finding your own secureness. And being okay with yourself. A struggle that I've been dealing with, like within this quarantine, is like, and I watched this video. I'm real big on watching YouTube videos too. I watched this video of this girl, and she was single. And not that this has just to do with like my singleness, but she was single, and she talked about everything that she had. Like, I got the degrees, I got the this, everything in my life is perfect, and I'm just looking for another, person to share that with. And that's my same sentiment too. But at the same time, just like being okay with what you have. I think that that's another thing that I did notice from what she said was like, oh, I have this. Sometimes that just has to be enough, And I'm just trying to get to the point where, and I feel like I'm at the point where I'm just okay with where I'm at and being secure and feeling whole. And anything else that comes into my life will just be an added bonus to that, and making sure that I'm being the best Aaliyah that I could be, so that in the next level of my life, I can also be the best Aaliyah that I can be. In the next level of my life, I can also be the best Aaliyah that I can be.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of what I'm rolling with right now. So
that's fair. That's good. You have to love yourself at every moment.
Yes, appreciate yourself. Yeah. And if I can't appreciate Aaliyah in this moment, how will I appreciate Aaliyah with less things or more things?
Exactly.
So
always be dissatisfied.
Exactly.
So I don't really have an affirmation. I more so have a statement today. I want to just say, sign the petitions to have Breonna Taylor's murderers arrested. And I'm serious about it. Sign all the petitions. Sign the petitions because while people probably feel like they're not doing a lot, they're doing enough. They could do more for sure. But for the ones who don't live in the cities and can't go to their protests, call people, call their people, write letters, send emails, sign a petition. And that's it.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
And y'all, again, be careful. Just like Jordan mentioned, that Elijah McClain story and McCain, gosh, please forgive me, but that whole, it just, I have a little brother, I have little cousins, and it's just really it scares me. It worries me for our young Black men and Black women. Mm-hmm. So just be careful, y'all. Please, please, please.
Yep.
So.
All right. So we've said our piece. Y'all know y'all can follow us on Instagram at When Life Gives You Curves _, on Facebook at When Life Gives You Curves. You can follow me personally at Love Always JoJo and FamilyTies.yt. Follow Aaliyah at
The Songstress. Yes, follow me. And yeah, just make sure you guys comment, give us plenty of feedback. Again, our website will be up soon with all of our items. Y'all, we appreciate all the love and support as always. So we love y'all. Y'all are really.
And we will see y'all on episode 9.
See y'all next
time.
time.
Together.
Yes, hopefully we can be in each other's presence.
Yeah.
But we love y'all. Appreciate all the support and the patience during this pandemic. And be safe.
XOX.